Wireless does beat wire in a disaster. All right, so what are the common methods we use to telecommunicate? Does anybody, I need somebody to volunteer that has a Swiss Army knife. I'd be willing to bet someone is prepared today and has a Swiss Army knife or something with a little scissor on it. All right, come up here. Your name's going to be Communications Disaster. Okay, you stand right here for me. All right, you'll need it in 1 minute. So the most common way to telecommunicate, to communicate with someone over distance, is to yell. Right? So when it gets really bad, you laugh. I'll guarantee you, you may have to yell to get someone to respond to what you need. If you're a little bit more prepared than that, then you can yell a little further with a little help from your friend the bullhorn. How many people did this? I do this demonstration in, I need 2 more volunteers. So you hold that to your ear, and you pull it tight, and you give them a secret message. Wow. Okay, now Communications Disaster comes in. Get your clippers out. And keep you're out of luck. Getting me to be quiet is going to be a challenge. All right, so keep talking. Clip it. He's not a qualified backhoe operator. Usually the backhoe is what causes this. This is what we call backhoe fade, because the backhoe's just dug through your trench line. All right, so how well does wired work? Well, it works great as long as you're wired. Thank you very much. Appreciate your volunteers. So cup to cup, so that's a little silly, but that illustrates what happens in wired phone lines. You also might be familiar with CB or FRS radios. And so that's another way. I've got a couple examples of FRS radios right here. Beware of marketing hype. There's actually a set of, I hope I don't make the vendor mad, but there's a set of FRS radios out there that says they will talk 35 miles with a little asterisk by it. And if you look on the back, it very honestly tells you if you're mountaintop to mountaintop, it will work 35 miles. And it says urban, 5 to 7 miles. Okay, well, I would say if you're on top of a building in an urban setting and it's flat everywhere else, maybe you get 5 to 7. You'd be very fortunate to get up to a mile with these.
There's one out there that says 35 miles. There's another one that says 21 miles. It's regulated by the FCC how many watts they can put out. It's 2.5 or 5 watts, and that's it.
Yep.
There's I don't think there's going to be any brand that's going to make that much of a difference. They aren't going to increase the wattage. That's it.
The other challenge you have in a disaster is you have exactly 14 channels to cover. So anybody within your 1 mile who has family radios that wants to use them is going to be either interfering with you or either cooperating with you if you're lucky. Seems unlikely. But so you've got a lot of interference potential. CB, if you've ever been on a CB, I'm sure you can imagine the interference potential you have on there as well. You have a set number of channels that you can use, and there are not enough channels to be able to handle a metro area, even in the 1 mile range. How many people do we have within a mile of us? All right, divide that by 2, and that's the number of conversations we want to have, and we're not even close. All right? And then you have ham radio. So ham radio is what we'll spend a lot of time talking today. It has unlimited number of frequencies, basically, or millions of frequencies, hundreds of modes. We'll talk about that. But then you also have phones, internet, which have the same kind of issues that we just talked about.